Hello there, Michaelers. How's everyone doing? I know that sometimes new people get confused about Michael Jackson, but Michael Jackson's both parents African American with roots in the slave trade. So today is Juneteenth, right? Juneteenth is the third year that it's been celebrated as an official national holiday, and it represents the last slaves that were freed, right? It took 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation for the slaves to be freed completely in the United States. So Galveston, Texas is when the last slaves were told, you don't have to work for free anymore. You don't have to take that type of on the plantation type of abuse anymore. But of course, we know there's been Jim Crow and all kinds of systemic racism that has gone on. But we have had a black president, an African American. His mother was white. His dad was from Kenya, Africa, president, and then Michelle. His wife is African American. She has the same roots that I have here in the United States. So anyway, I wrote the book, The Climate, because before I got involved in the Michael Jackson world, I was an activist. I wrote books about racism. I have a bachelor's of arts degree in radio, TV, film, and also a minor in African American studies. So it's always been my goal to be a Black-owned media company, which I am, and I have been since 2004. So anyway, so I don't know if you say Happy Juneteenth, but Juneteenth is like Black people's 4th of July, Independence Day, okay? So in case some of you guys didn't know what's all this about Juneteenth, now you know. So anyway, with that in mind, I know the estate has put something up about Michael being an African American and Juneteenth and having pride in his heritage and everything like that. I don't mean to diss anyone, but with Heal LA, I swear to God, we gotta see more Black kids. Okay, we gotta see more Black kids, because every time I see something happen and I see no Black kids, I'd be like, little Michael Jackson, he wouldn't have been able to participate. He would have been ignored, passed over. You know, go out of your way to find Black children. Heal LA. I'm serious. It's beginning to really, really annoy me that I don't see enough Black children in Michael's own foundation that's run by Prince Jackson. It's beginning to really, 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 really bother me. So please, just say, where are the Black kids? We got to have some Black kids. We got to have some Black kids that look like my dad and my uncles, because that's what's paying my bills. Okay? Simple as that. Go out of your way to find Black kids. Okay? Not saying other kids not to do anything with other kids. Of course, other kids can be inclusive, but Black people want to be included too. Inclusive too. Inclusive. Okay? So, in honor of Juneteenth, I had to make that statement. All right, so you guys know that I'm not just a kiss butt. You know what I mean? I am a true reporter, and I would always tell you guys the truth all the time. Tell you guys the truth that I have found through research, and been here in the Michael world for 18 years. I didn't know that Michael was going to be in my path when I became an author and an activist, and then I had my True Talk TV show, and that led me to being the only credentialed media to cover the Michael Jackson, the only Black-owned credentialed media to cover Michael Jackson's 2005 trial. But now we have Tyler Perry, who has just recently bought BET and VH1. Congratulations to Tyler Perry, who has one of the biggest Black-owned studios ever in the state of Georgia. So we thank him, and we're proud of him. In June, on this Juneteenth day, which is June 19th. All right, so let's move on. Now, I had said, I posted something on my Facebook a little while ago, and and I said I would explain it. So let's watch it, and I didn't do it in my last live. So let's watch it, and then I'll be back to explain. Okay, so here we go. This is the movie about George and Tammy. They were country singers, okay?
Those things don't just happen. Skinny girls from Alabama happen to have a kitchen in three.
All right, Billy. Sorry.
If I told you your next single's gonna be Three Blind Mice, you say what key?
Yes, sir.
Tammy Wynette.
What? Good. You're both here.
George Jones.
George around?
You two are not legally married. Tennessee doesn't recognize Mexican divorces.
Liar. Brother Paul here's a lawyer.
See, Tennessee, Mexico does not recognize all divorces in USA.
You wouldn't lie. Oh yeah? Well, who are you?
Name's George Ritchie, but everybody calls me Richie, and I've been your musical director over at SHEA 11 times.
So I'm still married to Don.
No, honey, I'm your husband.
Marriage isn't valid.
I'll fix it.
No, baby, it's not valid.
You need a legal-minded brain on this, Jones.
Fixing stuff is my specialty.
Oh, yeah? Well, I got a brain, okay? I got a real good
I know
brain.
you do, but let's let Billy handle it.
Jones is the kind of carrier that shows brought Tammy. When you're in our family, we look out for you. Yeah, I see what you're doing. Your love story's got this whole tail of hooks. Everybody's talking. DJs, fans, newspapers, every single promoter. I mean, hell, that song you recorded, The Dogs, is at number 2. By my count, that's the first time you charted going on 5 years. Well, you gotta get the two of you in a booth. Lay down some duet.
Okay, Tammy Wynette was Stand By Your Man. I'm pretty sure it was. Let me make sure before I'm wrong. Okay, Tammy Wynette, Stand By Your Man. Okay. It was a song by Tammy Wynette, Stand By Your Man, which was big, huge hit. And George Jones was huge. And they were country singers, and they had problems. So they decided to go get married. She was already married, and he just had to have her. I mean, it's dramatic in the movie, the way he took her from her man. Oh my God, the way he was, damn, he took her, right, from her man. And so then they went and got married in Mexico. And so the lawyers are saying you're not officially married because you're not married in the United States and your divorce wasn't valid in the United States. So it reminded me of the Michael and Lisa Marie Presley marriage, which fake marriage. It's fake. Okay. Fake. Proven. Okay. And that's because Lisa Marie had divorced her husband in the Dominican Republic. What? Okay. Which doesn't count here in the United States. And Michael and her had got married like 3 weeks after her divorce, which Dominican law says you have to be divorced for 10 months, because that's the 40 weeks, right, of pregnancy. So before you can remarry. So Michael and Lisa Marie's, and then the magistrate who performed the ceremony, wasn't in the wrong jurisdiction, and they didn't kiss the bride. And Lisa Marie's husband's brother was there as a witness, probably make sure her and Michael didn't do nothing. Then they had the fakey wedding at Mar-a-Lago, Trump's Mar-a-Lago, and there's a secret tunnel exit to where people say they didn't come out for 2 weeks. Yeah, they went out the secret tunnel exit, and then they came back 2 weeks later. It was not real. Debbie, and also in, you just watch the movie. Okay. There's more. Okay. And also with Debbie and, Michael, marriage not valid. It was in Australia, right? So if Michael had valid marriages and they were all this, why didn't they happen in where he's a citizen, USA? Now, international marriages can be recognized if you follow rules. Okay. In order to be legally married here, before anybody can perform the ceremony, they want to make sure you registered, you did all the preliminary stuff before you can be married, legally married. So Michael didn't want to do that. So you get married outside of the USA. Lisa and Michael's marriage certificate is filled with spelling errors, Michael's wrong name. And then with Debbie Rowe, I searched high and low and could never find their marriage registered here in the United States. So if it's not registered here in the United States, it could be if they were really married in Australia, but who knows if that was real. In Australia, but you have to register here in the United States. They can recognize it where you don't have to get married again here, but you have to follow the rules. And if you get married somewhere else, you don't have to follow the rules of the United States, right? In order to have a magistrate or somebody who's official who can conduct the marriage. So both of Michael's marriages were invalid. Debbie admitted in 2005 that her and Michael never lived as man and wife, and that they never slept together. That's what she meant by never lived together as man and wife. They never even shared the same home. Okay. So Michael has never been legally married. It's all trickery. And I understand why Michael does trickery. I get why Michael does trickery. He does trickery because to have so many people just in your business and prying and you have no privacy. You just, eventually you learn, and you've been in the entertainment business since you were, 5 years old is when you first performed. You kind of learn how to have that public persona life, and then you have your private life, right? That you keep private. So I hope no one's offended, but I have always promised you guys that I would tell you guys the truth about what I have found in my research. Okay. So, let's see what else. Conrad Murray. I don't think I told you guys this. Okay. Conrad Murray has opened up a hospital in his home country. He's from Trinidad and Tobago by way of Grenada. Okay, Grenada. Okay. And he has opened up his own hospital, which I always knew he was going to do. Okay. So here we go. Michael Jackson's ex-doctor launches medical institute, and you won't believe who his number one supporter is. Joel Osteen. Okay. The evangel, I could never pronounce that word. The preacher. And he is his number one supporter, and he did a video when they had the opening and welcoming everybody. But Joel Osteen, yeah, here it is. The institute was officially consecrated by Texas-based American preacher and televangelist. There you go. Televangelist Joel Osteen via a video presentation. So it's in San Juan, which is El Socorro in San Juan, and that is in Trinidad and Tobago. Okay. So I always knew he was going to do that. Okay. And then he had a couple of little slip ups and stuff like that, but you guys can read the article if you want to know more about it. Okay. So I always figured that was kind of like that. I think when they were talking about Michael was going to pay him $5 million and how, AEG never paid Conrad Murray a penny. Okay. So that means they never hired him. I knew that. It's all kinds of, with Michael, people think they know so much, but you always have to pull back the covers to learn really what happened with Michael Jackson. And that's what I've spent the last 18 years doing, is pulling back the covers and really diving deep into what the public thinks they know. And then people think they know Michael Jackson. They think that it's impossible that he faked his death. They just don't know. And sometimes I feel so bad for the fans. I feel so bad for fans who refuse even the best news in the world, which is Michael Jackson is alive. He escaped the BS. He escaped the Diane Diamonds, the Victor Gutierrez's, the Tom Sneddons, all the haters that were basically trying to destroy his life, his legacy, his career, lock him up in jail, get him murdered, create so much hate, make him out to be the world's biggest pedophile. And even when he was acquitted, right? I had just wrote something with Tory. He's like a black influencer, and he sit there and he says he'll never listen to Michael's music and this and that, and he's just ignorant as they can, is so ignorant. Oh my God, just so ignorant. He thinks he knows something. You know nothing. You know nothing unless you spend years and years dedicated, or at least spend 3 days looking into whatever accusations or whatever topic you want of Michael Jackson, because it's all out here. Okay, it's all, everything that I've learned from research, I've learned from attending trials, I've learned from Michael's own words, I've learned from music, lyrics, I've learned from the internet. So the internet is a wealth of information, okay? So Dr. Conrad Murray has his own medical institution, okay, which I figured he was going to do and I think Michael under the cover sent him $5 million because remember the videos that I'd done? Michael had about $50 to $60 million when he left, and that money never showed up in accounting. Okay, Michael, how much you got left? How much you got left? Because you know you like to spend and buy and spend. So how much you got left? Okay, so anyway, so now we know that their writers are on strike. The writers are on strike. So Hollywood is pretty much shut down. Not completely, but shut down. Now, the SAG, Screen Actors Guild, they have decided they're going to strike with the Writers Guild if a deal isn't met. And they will join them June 30th if a deal isn't met. So then the Michael biopic is going to be put on hold. Okay, everything's going to be put on hold. I don't know if that writer that they had was finished, but there's always rewriting. There's always rewriting, even to the last minute. Okay, right before you say it, even in a recording studio, you can change a lyric right then and right there. Okay, so writing is never done. Okay, until it's like recorded and mastered, then it's done. Okay, so we might have to wait a little longer for the Michael biopic. Sorry, guys, to bring you that news. Okay, so, and then I wanted to show you guys something. Something came up that is my 10-year-old. It's you know how you have your memories, what happened this day so many years ago. So I cannot believe that this is 10 years ago. This is 10 years ago. Let me let it play just a little bit. It's Paris Jackson. Okay, let me set it up. Okay, I was covering the Conrad Murray trial. No. AEG. Catherine Jackson versus AEG Live, right? I was covering that trial. And the AEG decided to give me, out of all the media there, this deposition that they took with Paris Jackson. They decided to give it to me, and even TMZ was jealous and mad. Everybody was like, why she get it? Why she get it? And I think it was from Michael just giving me a little gift, because the reason for the AEG trial was for AEG to forever, ever not be responsible for anything that happened with Michael's death or death hoax or any events surrounding his death announcement. That was the reason for that trial. That was the reason, to get AEG out of it completely. Okay. And therefore, if what was the name of that company? Oh my God, the law firm. I can't remember it. Their law firm is, golly. Melvany. Oh, Melvany and Myers. Got it. Oh, got to dig in there. When you get older, you got so much stuff in your brain, you got to dig in a file cabinet. Oh, Melvany and Myers was the AEG's attorneys, and they gave me this Paris's. They gave it to me. It was so nice. Okay, so here we go. So this is my old commercials. You guys remember my old commercials? Elbow Grease Productions in association with MichaelJacksonInsider.com presents MJ and Grace Rwamba's relationship. I'll call that number back.
Now, was Grace
Okay, hold on. Did you guys see that? A portion of Paris's deposition played in court on June 18th, 2013, Catherine versus AEG live court case.
Now, was Grace Rwamba there at the time?
Sometimes. My dad didn't like her, so he tried to, keep her away from us. So he'd send her to run errands a lot.
But then eventually she kept coming back?
Yeah.
If he didn't like her, do you have an understanding why he didn't get rid of her permanently?
He felt bad.
And do you know why he felt bad?
Because she didn't really have a lot of money. So.
And did your father say why he didn't like her?
Yeah, he said she was sneaky, she wasn't an honest person. And she lied a lot.
Did you say what she lied about?
Nope.
And what did she do in the house at the time? Was she also one of the nannies?
She used to be. But she, got really creepy. One time, this is gonna freak you out. One time, I think it was when me and my brother were really, really young, before Blanket was born. You're gonna get creeped out, no joke. She, the doctor, I don't know, when he would stay in a hotel or
Get the story right, Paris.
whatever, she would call the hotel and say that she was his wife. She was obsessed with him. She'd say that she was his wife, and they'd let her in, and he'd wake up and she'd be in his bed. So that her face, I saw your expression. You're like, what? That's what he told us, and yeah, it's kind of creepy.
That's a little creepy.
Just.
But in light of that, why didn't he just make her just stay away?
He sent her to India, I think. He sent her to India to get some stuff. She kept coming back.
Right. Was there also a chef in the house at the time?
Yes, Kai Chase.
Thousands believe.
Is there any more? Let's see. All right. So, I was told a story that was told to my friend via Joe Jackson during the 2005 trial that Grace would sneak in the bed with Michael and have sex with him. That's what I was told. Now, Paris backed it up here, okay? But Michael did have issues with Grace. Now, Paris, you wouldn't ever imagine that she's testifying about her dad's death. Okay, she's making jokes, she's laughing, she's very, quick-witted, sarcastic a little bit, she's telling her stories, you would never imagine it. Later, there's more deposition. She's yawning, bored, and Prince, Paris have never, ever cried on camera about Michael's death. Okay, Michael's not dead. And Michael is not dead. Okay, he is not dead. Now, let me go back to my history. I was trying to, where is that one video? I was trying to, I'm so sorry. My mind is going in 10 places right now because I want to show you guys the alleged victim, alleged date, alleged incident. Because I was trying to do a video on Instagram, a live video on Instagram, and it wouldn't take. It just wouldn't record. It said the photo cannot be posted or something. And I'm like, what's going on with Instagram? So, I don't know if I'll be going on live with Instagram anymore. So hopefully, something can be done with that. But meanwhile, where is that video of the Conrad Murray trial where they said, well, you guys have seen it, where it's an alleged incident, which means the death is alleged. Alleged incident. This is verdict day. This is them getting ready to read the verdict. Alleged incident. And in the verdict, it says alleged victim, alleged date. But there's so many fans out there that really, really think that you proving that Michael's alive is somehow a bad thing. It's somehow horrible that Michael's alive, that Michael escaped all the BS, even though faking your death isn't against the law, even though he has every right and he has the freedom to fake his death and live his life and disappear if he feels like it and devise a plan to disappear. It's nothing illegal about it. And some fans just refuse to learn the facts and check on Michael. And it saddens me when fans are collecting things and showing that there's no name on the grave, right? You look up Forest Lawn, there's no record there. You look up the coroner's office, there's no record there. I mean, alleged victim, alleged date, alleged incident, which means not proven. Alleged means not proven. Okay? So they know, the California courts know that Michael Jackson, that whatever happened, because there's no record that Conrad Murray even gave Michael Jackson propofol. There was just propofol ordered to the house. I mean, it's all trickery. You got to watch everything. You got to look at everything in order to do it. But I have kept notes in the Alive docuseries. So make sure you watch the Alive docuseries. And trying to find that alleged victim, alleged date. Oh, it ain't on here. But it's somewhere. But you guys can look it up yourself. Just look up Conrad Murray trial verdict date, and you're going to be absolutely amazed. Okay, so let's see what else I have. Let's see what else I have on this Juneteenth. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Because soon it's getting ready to be the 14th anniversary of the death announcement in 6 days. In 6 days, we're going to be celebrating 6 years since Michael Jackson escaped. That's it. 6 years since and so I will see you guys on the 25th. Not much to report. At least I don't have much notes to report. And but anyway, today is Black People's Independence Day. So I hope you're celebrating it, eating some barbecue. I'm gonna make some 15 bean soup, which I make so well. It's so delicious, yummy, yummy, yummy. And I'm gonna have it with some Hawaiian bread. That's what I'm gonna do today. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.